The Anunnaki, Uncovering Our Origins. Part 1. Hello, and welcome to the Lost Gospels of Jesus, where we explore the mysteries that shape our understanding of the universe. Tonight, we embark on a profound journey into one of humanity's greatest enigmas. The Anunnaki, beings described in ancient Sumerian texts as powerful entities from the heavens. Were these figures the gods worshipped by our ancestors? Or could they have been extraterrestrial visitors who played a pivotal role in shaping human civilization? From the clay tablets of Mesopotamia to the sacred pages of the Bible, stories of sky beings challenge everything we know about our origins, suggesting a history far more complex than traditional narratives allow. In this two-part series, we'll unravel the Anunnaki's alleged role in human history, explore their technological feats, and uncover the startling truths hidden in our most ancient stories. Our exploration draws on decades of research, from scholars like Nathaniel Schmidt to modern voices on platforms like X, all pointing to a provocative question. Are we the descendants of an extraterrestrial experiment? Join us as we dive into the evidence, the controversies, and the possibilities that redefine who we are. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications to stay with us on this cosmic journey. The Sumerian tablets and biblical parallels. Our story begins in the cradle of civilization, Mesopotamia, where, starting in the 1500s, colonial explorers unearthed over 200,000 clay tablets inscribed with cuneiform script, the earliest known form of writing. For centuries, scholars dismissed these wedge-shaped markings as mere decorations, unable to fathom their significance. In 1835, Henry Rawlinson, a British officer working for the East India Company, cracked the code using the Behistun inscription, a multilingual proclamation carved into a Persian cliff. This breakthrough revealed that the tablets held the oldest narratives in human history stories of creation, floods, and beings called the Anunnaki, meaning those who came from the heavens to earth. These texts, from Sumerian, Babylonian, and Assyrian cultures, predate the Bible by thousands of years, offering a window into humanity's earliest memories. In 1896, Nathaniel Schmidt, a renowned professor of Semitic languages at Colgate University, made a groundbreaking discovery that shook the academic and religious world. After studying Sumerian, Babylonian, and Assyrian texts, Schmidt identified striking parallels with the Bible's accounts of Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, the Great Flood, and the Tower of Babel. He argued that these Sumerian stories, dating back nearly 6,000 years, were the source of the Bible's narratives, a claim so radical it led to his dismissal from Colgate for heresy. Yet, Schmidt's work continued at Cornell University, where he spent 36 years asserting that these stories describe not a singular god, but the Anunnaki, advanced beings who interacted with our ancestors. Abraham and Sarah, central figures in Judaism and Christianity, led from Ur, a Sumerian city steeped in these stories. It's no surprise they carried these tales of creation and sky beings, weaving them into the foundations of their emerging faith. The shocking revelation came when Schmidt noted that the Sumerian texts make no mention of a divine god. Instead, they portray the Anunnaki as sky people, possibly extraterrestrials, who terraformed Earth and engineered humans for their purposes. This idea was explosive in the 1890s, as the Church grappled with Darwin's On the Origin of Species and sought to reinforce biblical inerrancy. Admitting the Bible might draw from older Sumerian stories of extraterrestrial contact was unthinkable, yet the evidence was undeniable: the Anunnaki and the Sky Council. So, who were the Anunnaki, and what role did they play in human history? The Sumerian Kings List, a remarkable artifact, provides tantalizing clues, recording reigns of kings lasting thousands of years, 24,510 years, across 23 kings, averaging over 1,000 years each, and an earlier dynasty of 241,000 years across 8 kings. Such lifespans suggest rulers far beyond human, like Gilgamesh, described as a hybrid of human and Anunnaki, a bridge between two species. In the 20th century, Satarya Sitchin, in his book The 12th Planet, 1976, proposed that the Anunnaki were extraterrestrials from a planet called Nibiru, arriving around 450,000 BCE to mine Earth's resources, particularly gold. Sitchin's ideas, though controversial among academics for their lack of rigorous referencing, gained traction, with ex-posts like claiming the Anunnaki sought monatomic gold to stabilize Nibiru's atmosphere. The Sumerian texts described the Anunnaki creating humans by splicing their DNA with a primate ancestor, crafting a workforce to serve their mining operations. This genetic engineering aligns with global myths of creation, where advanced beings shape humanity for specific purposes. However, the Anunnaki were not a monolithic group. Their stories reveal internal conflicts. Sumerian texts speak of a sky council, where figures like Enlil, who viewed humans as mere laborers, clashed with Enki, who advocated for humanity's uplift. This dynamic is reflected in Genesis, where the plural Elohim, meaning the powerful one, says, "Let us make man in our image," suggesting a group of beings with conflicting agendas. The plurality of Elohim aligns with global myths of warring sky beings, from the Norse gods battling over Midgard to the Indian Vedas' tales of divine conflicts in the Mahabharata. Similar narratives echo worldwide, suggesting a shared memory of advanced visitors. The Edo people of Nigeria describe Osanaboa as sons arriving on a flooded earth via a chain into the heavens, tasked with terraforming the planet. Filipino myths tell of Tagaloga, a giant bird, using wind vortices to clear land from water, a motif repeated in Sumerian accounts of the four winds separating land and sea. These stories suggest advanced technology, not divine miracles, used to rehabilitate a prehistoric Earth after a cataclysm. The consistency across cultures, from Mesopotamia to Africa to Asia, points to a visual memory of these events, preserved through generations. Technology in ancient texts. The Bible provides compelling clues about the technological nature of these beings. The Hebrew word ruach, often translated as spirit, is described by Scalamaro Biglino as something flying through the air, creating wind based on its etymology. In Genesis, the Elohim's ruach hovers over a flooded earth, suggesting a craft rather than a spiritual essence. This interpretation is reinforced by Ezekiel, who describes a ruach with omnidirectional wheels, so detailed that NASA patented the design in 1974 as the Omnidirectional Wheel Patent, US 378-9947. Sanskrit texts, like the Samarangana Sutradhara, from 1000 to 1055 CE, describe Imanis flying craft with advanced propulsion systems capable of aerial and space travel, even deploying sound-seeking missiles. In Exodus, the word kavid, meaning a big, heavy thing, describes Yahweh's craft, landing on Mount Sinai with fire, smoke, and a sound like a waterfall. Moses is warned not to see the kavad move up close, as its forces could kill him, requiring him to shelter in a rock left, a precaution akin to modern spacecraft launches. This technological framework transforms our reading of these texts, suggesting advanced beings rather than divine entities. Other cultures reinforce this view. The Mahabharata describes Vimanas as mechanical palaces, not ethereal realms, capable of destructive power. The Ido narratives chain into the heavens may depict a space elevator or docking mechanism, a metaphor for technology beyond ancient comprehension. These descriptions, from cuneiform to biblical to Sanskrit texts, paint a vivid picture of advanced beings using sophisticated technology to terraform Earth and manage humanity's development. In Part 1, we've uncovered the Anunnaki as potential extraterrestrial visitors, their stories preserved in Sumerian tablets, biblical texts, and global myths. Their technological feats, from terraforming to genetic engineering, suggest a profound influence on our origins. But why did they come to Earth? And what physical evidence remains of their presence? In Part 2, we'll explore their motives, investigate alleged archaeological cover-ups, and consider what their complex legacy means for humanity's future. Subscribe, hit the bell, and join us next time on the Lost Gospels of Jesus to continue this extraordinary journey.